from the playoffs 2 nights ago against the Florida Panthers in Game 5. Everyone keeps blaming it on the core four, the refs, or Dubas and Sheldon Keefe. So we're going to see what happens if we trade away the core four and see if the Leafs can finally do something. So I will be trading away Matthews, Meyer, Tavares, and Nylander and letting the AI control everything else, and we're going to see what happens with this team. So let me get to trading away the players. We're going to be shipping out William Nylander to the Wild for Spurgeon and 2 second-round picks. We'll be trading John Tavares to the Red Wings for Perron in a second. McMahon, Steves, and Ben to the Kings for Fiala, Durzi, a second-round pick in 2024, Byfield, and the Kings' first-round pick in 2024. And last but not least, we'll be trading away Austin Matthews and just a couple players to fill up the contract slots for Jack Eichel, Shea Theodore, William Karlsson, Phil Kessel, of course, and Vegas' first-round pick. I know this is not much for Austin Matthews, but his contract was the hardest to get rid of. Looking like the first one, we got Kevin Fiala, Jack Eichel, Phil Kessel. On the second, we got David Perron, Ryan O'Reilly, William Karlsson. On the third, we got Calle Jarnkrok, Quentin Byfield, Michael Bunting. And the fourth line, we got Zach Aston Reese, David Kempf, and Sam Lafferty. Hence, we have Shea Theodore and Jarrett Sprong for our first defensive pairing. For our second, we got Morgan Riley and Shane Durzi. And for our third, we got Jake Muzzin and TJ Brody. And for goaltending, we didn't switch anything up, so we still got Samsonov and Matt Murray in between the pipes. I'm going to sim the season and see if the AI makes any trades or any changes or anything. And we're going to do this for 3 straight seasons. Halfway through the season, the Leafs are sitting second in the Atlantic inside the entire league with a record of 27, 14, and 4. Leading the team with 14 goals, 32 assists for 46 points. Elias Samsonov's carrying us in between the pipes with 22 wins, 13 losses, 4 overtime losses, a save percentage of .915, and goals against at .254. Of the season, the Leafs finished second inside the Atlantic and 6th inside the entire league with a record of 46, 28, and 8. Eichel led the entire team with 30 goals, 50 assists for 80 points, with a record of 35, 24, and 8. With a save percentage of .911 and a goals against at .267. Toronto's facing Buffalo in the first round. Time for Jack Eichel to get some revenge. He's beat the Sabres in 6 games. They will face Boston in the second round. It was too much of a challenge for Toronto as they lose in 5 games to Boston. Here, number 2, this is what the Leafs lineups are looking like. On the first one, you got Kevin Fiala, Jack Eichel, and Andrei Burakovsky. The second one, you got David Perron, Ivan Barbashev, and Michael Bunting. Third line, you got Calle Jarnkrok, William Karlsson, and Quentin Byfield. On the fourth line, you got Matthias Janmark, Nick Sturm, and Nicholas Robertson. On defense, you got Shea Theodore, Jared Spurgeon. Second pairing, you got Morgan Riley, Shane Durzi. And on the third pairing, you got Victor Mete and Timothy Liljegren. And the goaltending stays the same for another season. The captaincy goes to Morgan Riley. Halfway through the season, the Leafs are second in the Atlantic and third inside the entire league with a record of 27, 14, and 2. Leading the team with 23 goals, 26 assists for 49 points. Top is leading the goaltending with 23 wins, 10 losses, 2 overtime losses, a .904 save percentage, and a .288 goals against. In the year number 2, the Leafs are finishing first in the Atlantic and second in the entire league with a record of 51, 26, and 5. Was leading the entire team with 40 goals, 43 assists for 83 points. And Elias Samsonov's having a great season with 44 wins, 18 losses, 5 overtime losses, a .913 save percentage, and 265 goals against. And the Leafs will be facing Boston in the first round. Fashion, they lose to Boston in the first round in 5 games. Number 3, the final season, the Leafs have Kevin Fiala, Jack Eichel, Michael Bunting on that first line, Andrew Burakovsky, Joe Pavelski, and Kevin LeBanc on the second line, Calle Jarnkrok, William Karlsson, Quentin Byfield on the third line, and Nicholas Robertson, Alex Kerfoot, and Nick Sturm on the fourth line. Shea Theodore, Morgan Riley, Victor Mete, Sean Durzi, Timothy Liljegren, and Jared Spurgeon. Elias Samsonov with Joseph Wool backing him up. Halfway through the season, the Leafs are sitting third in the Atlantic inside the entire league with a record of 25, 15, and 3. And leading the Leafs is Jack Eichel with 19 goals, 16 assists for 35 points. Samsonov got a record of 20, 14, and 2 with a save percentage of .904 and goals against at .277. Season, the Leafs finished third in the Atlantic. Panthers led the entire league with a record of 46, 31, and 5. And Jack Eichel led the team with 36 goals, 36 assists for 72 points. Terrible season with a record of 34 wins, 28 losses, 4 overtime losses, a save percentage of .912, and a goals against of .258. The Leafs are facing the Lightning inside the first round. To the Lightning in Game 7. So the question is, if the Toronto Maple Leafs trade away the core players, will the team get any better? No. The team will still be first round exit and will still lose inside the second round. So what I say is keep the core players, run it back for one more season. If it don't happen this time, trade them away. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoy me being back. I'll see you guys at the next one. Goodbye.